Welcome back again, guys. It's Jackal, and today we have another very original, not done before, never before seen idea where I follow something for 1,000 years. And today we are going to be following a very lonely person. We're going to be following a world with a population of just one single human. And we're going to be following him for, you guessed it, 1,000 years. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, I don't think a lot's gonna happen. Now, the little twist here is that, first off, we are going to make him obviously immortal, because he would just die after 100 years if we didn't, and then the video would just be nothing for like 900 years. But I'm assuming you guys already knew that part. We are also going to make him very powerful, just in case any, animals or wizards or mages want to show up and try to take him down. And we're going to be able to see what kind of special gear he equips over time, because we are not going to be turning any of these disaster things off at any point. So anything could still happen to keep things interesting. And also during this video, if you've seen these videos, we do 3 check-ins. We do one at year 250, one at year 500, and year 1 at 750. And at each check-in, we're going to add a little something to spice up the world, if you know what I mean. But the only way to know what they are is to keep watching. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. You want to join my Discord and become a channel member? Ooh. Links in the description too. Ooh. So this map will not do. We're just gonna do like a large map because it's not exactly like he's gonna have, much company. And here's our little map. Let me add some biomes to it real quick. And there we go. Yeah, I know I'm not the best interior decorator or whatever, but whatever, dude. I can do what I want. So now we need to spawn our one little lonely human. So I guess we honestly just plop him smack dab in the middle of the map. Ooh, and we got a female. So let us name her something interesting, but still that's memorable and will hug at the heartstrings. And I have decided to go with Kyle. I know Kyle is not a female name, but it is 2025, and I can do whatever the hell it is I want to, okay? And now look at her traits. These traits are no traits for someone to have these kinds of traits. We need to change them. I'm not going to make them too overpowered, but they're still going to be pretty good. So here are all the traits I gave her. There's kind of too many here for me to really go over, but just know that she's immortal, she's powerful, and so on. I also gave her this cool stick. It's like, this is a cool stick. But Kyle here is going to be our perfect human. But we still have some things to change. First off, we need to go into world laws and turn off a certain stat. Handsome migrants. This world law will basically mean that even though I only spawned in one person when Kyle makes a village, for some reason more people will start moving in literally out of thin air. So we're gonna have to turn that off for now. So now Kyle is all alone forever, or maybe not, you'll see. But we have more to go over, so let's go into their subspecies. And Homo sapiens, that's boring. Let's just name them the Lonesters. And just for the heck of it, let's just turn off reproduction. And she has some really bad genetics too, so let me change these up real quick. And lo and behold, here is her new genome. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same, except I got rid of all the negative genes, and I just replaced it with the max of her current genes. So, yeah, Kyle she's pretty powerful. Look at that attack damage. That attack speed isn't even bad, and she's really fast. However, she has very poor stewardship. I don't really know what stewardship means, and I'm assuming since she's alone, it's not really gonna matter. And now, just to make sure she doesn't die from old age for some reason, we will turn off old age. And we will finally, at year 1, press unpause. And watch Kyle run around, I guess. And there we go. But she finally forms a village that she named the Ego Mob of Dawn. A terrible name, I'm sorry. We're going to name it to the Roller Coaster Empire. I don't know why it's the name. That's just the first thing I thought of, okay? But now she will begin expanding the roller coaster empire. Look at her. She literally just killed an entire pack of wolves. She has 10 kills now. She literally just walked into the mushroom biome with her wooden stick in hand and just killed everything. Well, after seeing that, I think I have no fear that Mrs. Kyle right here won't do good. Look how many bones. Did you just see her throw 50 bones into the town storage? Yeah, she'll be just fine. But right now, we're at year 12. We're slowly expanding. I think Kyle's probably about to make a house soon. We can sim, but it's clear that anything that dares enter her territory just perishes immediately. So we're not gonna have to worry for anything right now. So I say we just sim to our first checkpoint of year 250, and you guys are gonna see what I have in store. Also, I know I like to check the most interesting people tab, but like I think in a video like this, it won't be very useful. But somehow there's a crab who is on the same amount of intelligence as Kyle. So I don't know if that's good for the crab or really bad for Kyle. But either way, let's set up for this time lapse, and I will see you guys at year 250. And here we are at year 250. Our dude has been running around the map. I really wonder what Kyle's been up to right now. As we zoom into his empire, I don't think she's built a house yet or anything. I actually wonder what she's doing over here. Okay, so, oh, she has a flame sword now. That's pretty good. And she has win. Oh my god. She has 1,200 kills? I'm sorry, but I think if you guys remember, I made a video where I followed a flame sword, and then I made a video where I followed like a ruthless god, and they didn't have this many kills, at least not at the start. What has he been killing? So you're telling me instead of like building a house in his spare time, Kyle has just been running around the map, literally massacring thousands of animals? Look how sad he is. She's sad because she got injured and slept outside, but she swore. So she literally just started cursing and that made her happier. She has 16,000 health now. Her flame sword has 1,247 of her kills. And all of her stats are really good now, except for stewardship. That's still pretty bad. Kyle is the fastest and strongest, but she is not the smartest, because now a grasshopper is smarter than her. That's actually still hilarious to me. Oh my god, this is like her little camp village storage here. Look how many bones she has. Oh my god. So I'm looking into Kyle's culture here, and I gave her the ability to make better armor if she wished, but then it turns out she's also xenophobic and racist. That might not bode well for her. And poor Kyle has no religion, and her language is Rob. She's the only one here, so I guess language doesn't really mean anything right now. But for this first surprise, you might ask, what exactly is going to happen with Kyle, or what am I going to do? Well, maybe when I said this person's going to be completely alone for 1,000 years, that may have been a little bit of a lie. Go ahead and, I don't know, unsubscribe or something. But I'm not actually going to spawn anyone in, not any people at least. We're going to place down 4 monoliths. We're going to place down one here in the enchanted biome, one down here southwest in the birch, one up here in the northern tip of the mushrooms, kind of near this lucky forest, and one smack dab in the middle of the Arctic. Something may happen, species may pop up, but remember that Kyle and her empire are racist, and they really like war. So Kyle's gonna want to start some conflicts, and even if she doesn't, because they're gonna be like, oh, this kingdom only has one person, then they're gonna get absolutely destroyed. But either way, that's pretty much all for right now, and we are going to continue simming, and hopefully Kyle kind of cools it on the kills. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You can actually see on the very bottom right here, you see it, what's all in her inventory, and it's just a super extremely long stack of meat. She's quite powerful. But now it's time to sim. And there we are at year 500. And as we can see that the roller coaster kingdom is gone, but we can actually see that Kyle is still here, and she's actually still a king. She just doesn't have any land. So after making her peace, she now only has 1,300 kills, and I'm guessing her sword broke after a while, because I forget that swords actually can break in this game now. So now she's stuck with a legendary axe called the Reaver, which is a really cool name, and she has a full set of armor. And I like how she didn't make any of this. She literally just mooched this off the people she killed based on the names here. Interesting, I'm looking through her stats here. She actually has a best friend, this little crab named Biak right here. I actually forgot that people can have friends in this game. She has joined a religion, changed her culture, and her language too, I guess, as more people popped up. Still part of the roller coaster empire. However, if we look at interesting people, we can see that she still very clearly clears the board. Most known, highest level, oldest, most kills, even the richest, happiest too, and fastest and strongest. However, she's still losing to that dang grasshopper. I'm not even sure how that's possible. But now you're probably asking, what happens at year 500? What's going to go on here? Well, I'm going to tell you. Miss Kyle right here wants her land back. She's tired of losing her land. I'm going to clear out a little bit of room right here where she was, have her make a new village, and then have every single kingdom declare war on her at once, with angry villagers on. And we're going to see what happens. So we can use the new scissor tool to just, you know, open up a little bit of land here. And I guess we might need to make a little mountain to keep her in, so she'll actually make the village. Please, there we go. Now that the village is made, I guess she has some walls right here. We'll make a few holes in it on all sides so everyone can enter. And then we just, you know, grab the spite. And now everyone hates her. We're going to slow down time some here and just... Yeah, that's what I thought. She's kind of wreaking havoc across the world now. Oh, she got a flame sword back. Wait, she just lost her village. She literally just lost her village and then she got a new one. Now it's replaced by rats. Dude, she literally doesn't even have a village anymore and she's still killing everyone. So now she's just going town to town, just slaying all the people. Okay, that's great. That's really fantastic, actually. Good for her. So now she's just a psycho. Okay, we already have time passing here as we're watching her fly. So how about we just take Kyle, who already has over 1,400 kills now. Okay, well, using her magical powers, we can see that she's gonna be just fine, I think. So with that said, how about to just ensure that the chaos continues to year 750? Let's just make her mad. This will destroy her kingdom. You know, she'll get it back after. And luckily for madness, you can undo it. So when year 750 hits, she'll be right back to normal like that. And also, just for the heck of it, we are going to get rid of all the monoliths. So if she's able to kill all of the civilizations, she'll once again be alone in the world, which is actually kind of what I'm going for, because you'll see at year 750, we're going to switch things up some. So let us begin our little time lapse. And here we are at year 750. Just for proportion, if we look at world population, it's around 81. And you can probably count of what it was at year 500, but just to save the time, it was around 300. And people do respawn in this game, so it's very good question of how many kills do you think he has right now? However, I'll let him finish killing these rats real quick, so let's just give him a few seconds there. Alright, let's see what he has, and he is at 2.5k, 2,500 kills, and it looks like he's moved on to a bow for right now, so good for him. And if you were watching that time lapse, Kyle was kind of just destroyed the whole world. But for this last little leg of the competition, let's move Kyle to somewhere where he'll be more alone. Let's go to this island right here. And the reason I'm picking that island right there is because, well, we need to get rid of everything. And you'll see why in a second. So we're just going to use atomic bombs because they don't actually destroy any land pixels. And there we go. I'm just going to get rid of all of it for a little bit of insurance. Okay, this might be a bit too much, but it's kind of fun. And there we go. And we just undo it. And now the world is charred. But I will put the biomes back. So they just give me a second for that. And perfect, the world is back to what it once was, mostly. And so we are going to throw Kyle back into the thick of it, and we are going to restore Kyle to her previous glory as a person, forming a kingdom named WAF. That's not going to work. Named the Roller Coaster Empire 2. And immediately she just throws a bunch of bones and stuff into the storage. Oh, she already made a house. She made 2 houses. That's a lot better than she did last time. But now it's time for the final part of Kyle's development. She is no longer going to be alone, as we are going to give her the miracle of life. And by this, what I mean is not through sexual reproduction. She's not going to have a partner. You bet. I'm talking about fission. And this fission is going to be fast. So there's no gestation period. As you can see here, no population limit, infinite room to expand. I just want to see how big that Kyle and the Kyle clones can truly get. She should be good to go. And let's just unpause. Come on. Yep, there we go too. I'm not going to look at all of them. Now we just sim to year 1000 and watch that population number hopefully go up. Because remember, there are still like a lot of like angry wolves and stuff. Probably mad that we got rid of all the like sapient life or whatever. Losers. Sentient life, who needs it? I can communicate in just sounds. Yeah, I'm not leaving that. I'm not. Cut that out of the video. And here we go to year 1000. And here we are right there, finally at year 1000. So good for us. And yeah, 1924 people. And geez, that number just keeps shooting up. Who would have guessed? And also, not to mention, I just don't want you guys to forget, but every single one of these people is a literal direct clone of our original Kyle. So technically, if you look at it that way, it's the same person, genetically at least. Oh, their best friend is a person named Worst Kyle. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that I went into the culture and made everyone else's default name to be Worst Kyle, just so we know who the ultimate Kyle is. But look at Kyle here. She finishes with 2,525 kills. She has that steel bow, only 44 kills with it, so maybe that flame sword was probably better for her. And look, she's all here with all the other worst Kyles. I guess we should take a look at some final stats. Kyle herself, she got faster over time, I believe. Same attack speed. She's 150% critical chance. Good armor, does a ton of damage. Only has 15 kids, which since none of them died because we have old age disabled, this means that she had 15 kids who had more kids and just kept going on. Look at her current task right now. And I guess one more before we end it, let's look at the final interesting people stats. Yeah, it's Kyle. Most known, probably for her kills. Highest level, oldest. Youngest is Worst Kyle. Most kills is Kyle. Somehow the richest is Worst Kyle with 100,000 gold. I'm not gonna lie. Our Kyle only has 600 coins at one loot. I'm 95% sure someone actually just stole all of the gold off Kyle like a minute ago. Most kids and most bursts is both Kyle too. Happiest is Kyle. Saddest is unsurprisingly Worst Kyle. And finally, smartest, fastest, and strongest are all Kyle. Kyle clears the board with her insane skill. And that's where today's video ends. Nothing special for year 1000. This is actually one of the best year 1000 videos I did, I think. It was really cool just seeing Kyle absolutely dominate. And look, she didn't even start with super overpowered traits. She never even had super health, which if I turn that on, she has over 1,000,000 health. And I didn't even have that on for the entire video, and she absolutely dominated. Shout out to her. And that'll be where today's video ends. If you guys want to support me, join my Discord, or even become a channel member. Links to those are in the description. It really helps me out and gives me more motivation to make these videos. I swear one day these 1000 year videos will end, but for right now, they will stay. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Farewell.